Yes, yes, yes,
Yay.
people. I hope you like that
Hi,
crispy. I don't
everybody.
know if you've seen it the first time. What I don't know if you was watching the regulators, but I debuted that on the regulators Sunday. But hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? What's going on, everybody? I'm glad. I know we're a couple of minutes late, but we started talking and I realized, oh Lord, time is getting ahead of us. But before we introduce who we are, let's give a shout out to the people in the chat that has been waiting. What's good, family? Sherman Wood.
Man.
What's going on? Deshaun Carswell. What's up, Queens? Yeek. Get some. We got A137 Sauce. Hello, ladies. Rise up. We got Will, the Thrill, Waddell. It says, evening, ladies. Looking forward to a great show. Looking forward to seeing how you all feel about this. I want my money and a starting job. Attitude following the drama. And we definitely getting into that one. Oh, we getting there. Hi, ladies. ATL Leo, rise
Hey,
up, make way sports. We just talked about you.
we just
What's
talked
going
about
on?
you.
We're talking about your draft party. Let us know your details of your draft party. If you can put that in the chat, if y'all still having that, so we can have some of our people that are looking somewhere to watch the draft. Y'all make y'all way to Make Way Sports draft party. Okay. Appreciate you coming on again last week. What's up, Sonia Howell? Speaking of Sonia, we are gearing up towards a new Braves show.
Oh,
that's going to be featuring Sonia Howell and my twin sister. If I'm the Falcons guru, she's the Atlanta Braves. Look, she's more into them, and I love them, but I can't watch them during my work schedule. But she has a schedule; she can watch every game she wants to. So that is the expert, her and Sonia. So
I wouldn't mind popping in every now and then.
Oh yeah, it's more than welcome to anybody. And of course, I'm gonna be on there to just kind of get them along and everything else, because of course I still love my Braves now, as you can see.
I'm going to that home opener. I can't wait. I'm going.
Lord, I need to go ahead and get my tickets that ain't already sold out.
Opening and then the Chris Sales bobblehead. Them the two games I'm going to.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get this started. While you're talking, go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Lady.
Oh, me. Okay. Better known as Auntie Pam from the good old city, Columbus, Georgia. Welcome to our show, y'all. Can't wait to talk about my Falcons.
All right. I am right underneath her while I'm getting this shared into our Atlanta Falcons Nation group of 19K following. Y'all go ahead and find us on Facebook and join the group as well. But who's underneath her? Introduce yourself, ma'am.
This is Christy from the deep, dirty, muddy Mississippi River. How you doing? Rise up. I have not met another female Falcon fan from Mississippi. So if y'all know anybody,
if you in the chat, let them know that you ain't the only one. Okay.
I'm the only female. I always meet men, but I haven't seen a woman. I ain't mad about it.
Well, women in sports, we're outnumbered, so I can understand why you might not see another female, but you never know. They might be out there. So let somebody know if you guys are in Mississippi and y'all represent the Atlanta Falcons. So, okay, I got that shared out and everything. So, and of course, you already know who I am. I'm Ms Maggie T, one and only. I started this podcast because I wanted women to talk sports and get as much recognition as any male, because we can do it just as much as they can. So, always good to have a different perspective here. Will the Thrill said, let's get it. Good to see you boys in the building. Make Way Sports. Thank you, B. Coleman. Salute. All right. How did y'all like the intro there? I know sometimes YouTube is delayed, but let me know how you felt about the intro and everything. Trying to do some new things here. But let's go ahead and get into this conversation because since somebody decided to bring it up, Kirk Cousins, I should have put Kirk, not our cousin.
He's not our cousin.
Won't waive no trade clause until after the NFL draft. Now, we're going to also talk about a certain quarterback coming back, but it kind of leads me to the to the thought that he wasn't speaking that until he saw that certain quarterback came on back, and maybe he's feeling a little like, hold on, what's going on here? So he's feeling a little cocky and was like, well, I want out of here, and I think I'm going to probably wait because I feel like I'm going to be a starter somewhere. And I don't want no team that is looking for a rookie quarterback in the draft. So, ladies, how do you feel about it? And chat, audience, what you think about that? How are you feeling about that?
But was it the cart before the horse that he found out about the other quarterback, or did he run his mouth first? He ran his mouth first.
He might have run his mouth
first. Yeah,
I think quarterback got picked up real fast because I just sort of think I just think he's risking it. I think he's risking it because there's only a few teams. It's not like this whole barrage looking at his old tail, injury prone, and then you have so many other teams. It's not just us, not just the Vikings, that know what his history is. And then his history of like this negative attitude, the snitchery, the immaturity, that little level. I don't think people have time to fool with it. Even for people that are looking for somebody, they really want a leader, even if it's a mentor. So if you can be QB1, you can also be QB2 and be comfortable with it, just like Penix was. So you can't do that. Even Russell did that a little bit. Remember, he didn't start out that way. So what is your demeanor? And I think that's going to play a big role on whether or not somebody picks him up. But my prediction is we're going to have him in those preseason snaps. I want to see him take every last one of them. If we're going to end up keeping him, make him play preseason.
That's what I said. I said he got to get his butt out of there in order for the teams to say, oh, he could actually throw, because teams are skittish of him because they don't know after that 9 interception he did with us last season, they don't know which Kirk Cousins they going to actually get.
He's a catfish. He's a catfish quarterback.
Ooh. Oh, and somebody said it. I'm gonna let you go, Pam, as well. He's jumping ahead of himself, which it can kind of bite him in the behind because honestly, and then I'm gonna highlight some of the teams that could possibly look into him because they're needing a starting quarterback. But
I know one team in particular.
Who's to say they want to wait on him after the draft now to pick him up? And Make Way Sports says, can't blame him. I just want him gone. Okay.
I know which one would want him gone. He made they call Terry Terrence, but I'm gonna have to say Terrence, I like what he's doing right now. He's being very disrespectful. And like I said at the last show, who do you trust more? Terry or Raheem? I trust Terry more than anything, because he's in charge of this team. He the coaches give him what players they want on the team, and he managed the budget of this organization. So he knows what he got to spend and what he don't have to spend. And far as that concerned, the $10 million, we could pay him and he could be a backup quarterback, which I'm fine with. But I don't think he's going to even set his foot in the locker room. Actually, I think they're going to actually do the trade probably the night of that draft, I think.
Because he's doing a little too much talking at this point. You already know we're off the blank. He ain't with that.
But his back against the wall, and if he wants a starting position, he need to keep his mouth shut. That's what I say.
Let me go back to Tay, bro. He said, dream on, Kirk. He 11 years old, sit down somewhere. D. Coleman said, who the Kirk Cousins think he is? 36 coming off a horrible season. And you want the job unchallenged? Soft. And I'm putting the soft in there. He's beaten down and he's not getting any younger. He doesn't really have much to offer outside the mentor role. Scott Robinson said, Kirk Cousins, pack up your bag, suitcases, kids, and wife, and go the hell out of Atlanta.
He'll stay in Atlanta, y'all.
He's gonna stay here. Kevin O'Connor, but I don't want
here.
I think it's going to be either a team is not going to want him. He's going to probably want to retire after that point. But I don't want no trade for next year's draft. But some team will call for him. I think the Browns send Kirk out there with the third stringers.
They're going to need a veteran quarterback.
It's that Kirk scared he can't beat out a first rounder. Go ahead, Christy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who would be our backup though?
Oh, they got. I mean, they could get plenty of backup. Cause I think Brissett still out there.
We still have a third. There was on one of those.
We got Peterman on there, but I'm not too sure about him. No, and then we got another quarterback that they brought in for, I guess, to play like Jalen Daniels. That he's more like him, but he's more or less of a third string, I say.
And we got somebody that bounce back in the background. This is the Ladybirds of AFN, Mr. Sir. But come on in. We get him on up in here.
Coming in.
He just, he like to be here.
Nyght Ryder.
Hey, look here. You can get a garden. You can play Jay Harden. You can get a part. Lakers and 5.
Lakers and 5.
How y'all doing, man? I had to pop in for a minute.
What's going on now? We actually
just sitting up in the studio room, minding my business, staying out these folk way.
Good. So how do you feel about Kirk, not so our cousin, over here saying he's capable of starting and he don't want no team looking for his competition?
Ain't no Kirk not so our cousin. Kirk ain't my cousin. we know there's gonna be some desperate teams out there. Right. He the one that showed up and didn't clean up after himself. So we say, oh, he can't come back. But he gonna wind up starting somewhere. It's gonna be one team that's gonna be desperate because their quarterback gonna go down with an injury.
Or they're not comfortable with their quarterback.
Yeah, or they're not comfortable with their quarterback.
I know one team in particular that they ain't sure about their quarterback.
Speaking of team, let's go ahead and pull that up. Just the teams that are possibly interested in him. Oh, did I put it in there?
The Giants just got Russell Wilson.
Oh, damn.
Russell Wilson.
I didn't put it in my. I'm gonna go back and get it.
Mr. Nat, what we call what's called the Mr. Roger. He went to the Vikings.
Let me go get that real quick.
Aaron Rodgers went to the Vikings?
Yes, he did.
He went for an interview, or did he sign?
I thought he signed. Did he sign for the Vikings? Anybody tell me? I thought he signed.
I'm about to say Aaron Rodgers trying to be Brett Favre Jr.
Did he sign?
I don't know. I thought he was being interviewed by the Steelers. Was that the other day?
Somebody tell me, did he go to the Vikings? Am I wrong? Did I misread that? I'm good at giving misinformation.
That's why you got to watch some of these people on
some of these stories. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, I see.
I'm working during the day, so I be catching stuff.
The Steelers did interview Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
So I know they interviewed.
So the Giants is off the list, but this is the list minus the Giants. Who could be interested in a starting quarterback?
Only big quarterback new. Okay, he hadn't signed. Okay, Russell Wilson only one signed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get people signed and trying to get rid of Kirk.
Everybody want Aaron Rodgers to go to the Vikings because they say he that Brett Favre little boy.
So we got the Titans, the Browns, Giants, and possibly the Steelers if it plays into Aaron Rodgers, that kind of fails with that recruitment.
Hey,
I got a theory behind that. I thought
the 49ers were also possibly looking at, he wanted QB1, but the 49ers could possibly look at Kirk as a QB2, but he don't want to be QB2. So,
but they finna. I think the 49ers finna pay Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah, they gonna pay him. Yeah.
But hey, what I always say, Cleveland gone Cleveland. Don't they always do? But if it's in the NFL team that done gave the Falcons more damn gifts, boy, it got to be Cleveland.
Yeah, Yeah.
Lord, it says every quarterback in this year draft has skidded, went down. He could be an option for some needy squad. Yeet, the home team with Blackberry said, Ladybirds AFN, Yeet, leave that good upstanding citizen. Here we go. And good steering man Kirk Cousins alone. No, sir. No, sir.
I got a theory behind that. I'm thinking it's gonna be a draft. It's gonna be a draft surprise, y'all. Like Terry, nobody knew he was gonna pick Michael Penix. Now he might end up trading Kirk Cousins to get some more picks.
But he's trying not to. He wait until after.
He may have come to a Jesus moment saying, I need to get a starting job. You never know what's gonna happen.
Kelvin O'Connor, he ain't going to the coach. The coach got Daniel Jones.
You never know what Terrence could convince him of, and behind closed door.
Yeah, now
they call him Terrence, but I call him Terry. So no telling what he got cooking.
Now you know what it would be something I could see Kirk in Cleveland, and Cleveland might draft a quarterback, but I don't think they're gonna draft a quarterback this year.
They're not.
What pick they got? Number 2.
Let's see. Where am I? Oh, I didn't bring my folder with me. Dang, I should have my folder.
Come on, fans, because I don't want to look right now. Yeah, I put in the chat. You can look it up. And make way sports while you're looking that up. It said, I don't believe that he will be a good backup. A good backup will be a mentor and a guide for the starter, helping the starter with the game plan and making adjustments. Kirk,
they dangle him for a starting position.
Nah,
they dangle him. It's gonna be some kind of trade, y'all. They dangle him.
Shit, we can dance on trade with Cleveland. But Cleveland got number 2.
I think it's gonna be Tennessee. I think from my opinion, Tennessee. They not sure about the quarterback they got. So I'm thinking it might be Tennessee.
It says,
is Will Evans even still in Tennessee?
Yeah, he's there. That's the one they're not sure about.
Hey, what you said, Christy?
I could see Tennessee probably folding, but don't they have a higher draft pick? It was a lot of quarterbacks.
You know what? They got the number one pick. They got a choice to pick a pass rusher or a quarterback. Is they too trusting on Cam? Well, Cam had a private workout with them, so we'll see.
Or they could pick Travis Hunter also, and then wait till next year. They could trade. I see you talking about with Kirk. Tennessee could get Kirk this year. They could either draft Abdul Carter or they could get Travis Hunter. And they could wait on the quarterback class next year.
Right.
Because the quarterback class next year gonna be better than the one this year.
Right.
And they still might go after. They still might. We might dangle Kirk in front of them if they're not too sure about.
We're going crapping fishing with Kirk.
It's rumored that
I think Kirk is taking those risks, but you know who saw it way before now is old Terrence, like what Miss Pam said. Because remember from those initial interviews back in January, he kept saying Michael Penix is QB1. He kept repeating it over and over, like calling out Kirk's bluff. So I think he's willing to take it to the hilt.
You can't blame the man for sticking with his gun.
But I have mad respect for him to do that. Because a lot of people say cut his behind. A lot of fans, they say get rid of Kirk Cousins. He held on to him because he thought of the money aspect of it. You know, which I have mad respect for the man. So we don't know what he gonna do on draft day. He is so unpredictable. Who knew he was gonna pick Michael Penix on draft day last year? Who could have picked that? You know,
Vince McMahon couldn't have scripted that.
And it said Will said, and looking at the latest mocks, interesting because it said we could get a nice third, and there's mega talent still on board if that comes up. So Terry will be the greatest GM in Atlanta sports if he can pull off a trade for Kirk on draft night.
I think he's gonna do that draft night. That's my prediction.
Oh no, I don't think it'll happen. I think Terry been listening to Johnny Taylor. What Johnny Taylor always say? It's cheaper to keep him.
Or these last $2.
No, I don't want to be. I don't like that because that's that old bitter woman that you got to hold on to. It's gonna get on your everlasting nerves. You a locker room cancer and all that. I don't want you. Get up, sit over there. Go over there. Don't look at me. Don't touch me.
Ain't no locker room
I told y'all he gonna start in all preseason season.
Well, he ain't no locker room cancer, but his attitude lately. Folk on side eye his ass.
He been smelling himself a little too much lately, but I don't think he's just no locker room cancer.
I'm just saying.
Night Ryder, at the end, remember that when the reporters came in after the last game, you remember that at the end, the reporters could come in and ask them about the season and the upcoming, the off season. He left. He was the first player to leave. He was good on up to a point because Michael Penix talked about how he was such a good mentor all the way up there to the end. Mm-hmm. And then after that, you ain't heard Michael Penix say crap about Kirk and how Kirk left.
Now, you know what we call Kirk? You know what we call people like that do stuff like that?
Salty.
Those are called Karens. Karens and Kirks. You know what? We ain't gonna call them kids no more. We're gonna call them Kirks.
He gonna move that no trade clause, y'all.
He probably will.
He gonna move it. Y'all think he gonna actually go sit through the whole draft where all these players get paid and his name not out in the front floor center?
Well, at the same time, this man's still getting paid.
Yeah, he getting paid, true enough. But he wants to be a starting quarterback. So I think he gonna waive that no trade clause to be a starting quarterback.
And D. Coleman said if somebody wants him, send an offer. Otherwise, Kirk can get paid handsomely on the bench and we'll cut him next year. Let him press his luck as a 37-year-old free agent. Make Way Sports says my biggest question is who does Kirk want to play for? He won't remove the no trade clause, so who does he want to play for? I think he just wants somebody desperate to say, we need you as the man on our team.
Right.
I think Tennessee is the hot spot right now.
Tennessee or Cleveland.
Because it's near Atlanta where his wife stayed. I mean, because he could drive, skip, and a hop. His wife could stay in Atlanta and he could ride, he could commute to Tennessee. So I think Tennessee is the hot spot, in my opinion.
That makes sense. It sure ain't gonna be Minnesota because
no, they don't want him. They don't want him. No, they don't want him back.
Even if Aaron Rodgers go there, what that tell you? Do that tell you they ain't got no faith in JJ McCarthy and you pick this man in the first round?
Yeah.
That's a real sticky situation right there.
Yeah, it is. Titans, Brown, and Steelers. Steelers ain't gonna want him. What he did us. What he did us. You think the Steelers want him?
No.
We ain't.
Remember.
Kirk Cousins, his whole aura, his energy, his personality does not fit Pittsburgh at all.
I know.
Pittsburgh is straight.
And him off the field, they gonna
blue collar.
They go to Oz.
They blue collar as hell. Kirk Cousins is more of an Alpharetta motherfucker. You know what I
mean? That's why I said Tennessee be the likely landing spot.
Yeah,
and he will let that no trade clause up on draft night. Trust me.
Like this. He'll land longer at the Grand Ole Opry than he would at the steel mill.
Oh, the Steelers don't want him.
No, Steelers don't want him. And the Browns, they so much in cap hole with the so-called Sean Watson. I don't think they want to invest that. They don't want to even take that contract. Now, Tennessee, I see them taking that contract and then giving us a third round. I see that.
But then again, you can't put nothing past Cleveland because, like they say, Cleveland gonna Cleveland.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about another quarterback.
Okay.
He ain't no quarterback no more. He's a tight end now.
But they said quarterback. Why would they say? I don't know what. And that leads to my question.
Right.
The Falcons actually bring back Feleipe Franks back. You said yay.
Yeah, I like him.
Hey, look here. You gotta say this is Georgia Tech fan we talking about here.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all why. I went to the Carolina Atlanta game on the road. Went to them, and it actually didn't rain. I'm glad of that. But on special team for the Carolina Panthers, when I guess Williams made a catch trying to run, who you think laid him out? It was Feleipe Franks. Gave him a pop. Stopped him right at the 10-yard line. He is a good special team player. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, he probably.
I mean, they got him for that reason. That's why I said yay. But also, they got a tight end coach that could develop Feleipe into a tight end. So, I mean, we got coach to coach people up now on this team.
Yeah,
so that's why I say it's a good move.
You know, in the Falcons, they so they love to bring that old thing back. Apparently, you know, they done did it twice. So, and our coaching staff
actually catch the ball for Bryce Young in that game. I mean, in the game against us in Atlanta, he could catch the ball, but it's just he needs a coach to kind of coach him how to be a tight end, and maybe he could rub some pointers off on Kyle Pitts too. You know, him and Kyle Pitts are kind of close too. They're buddies. So I'm thinking Kyle Pitts will probably, I mean, it's another weapon for Penix. So I'm not mad at that deal. I'm glad he's a good special team player. That's all I got to say. But they can use him as a tight end, and he may be that.
Kevin O'Connor said, who made this decision? I remember one big run and drop pass from Feleipe.
That was when he was with Atlanta.
Franks.
But the Carolina Panther Feleipe Franks is different. So y'all getting a good player.
I mean, I use him as a blocker. I mean, he a big.
And he a good blocker. That's another thing. He is a good blocker.
I mean,
that's another thing.
He was like 6'5".
But he could lay somebody
about
out
6'6", about 6'5", 6'6".
Shit, he'd be a hell of a blocker.
Oh, he can hit, he can catch. We can't really go wrong. And as Auntie said, the coaches are there, and Feleipe Franks stealing checks from the NFL. Hey,
I ain't mad at the man. I'm
Look,
not mad at him.
I might be sorry, but I'm gonna be that sorry player paid. You know, I mean, if I'm Feleipe Franks, I'm gonna ride the clock until I can't no more.
If there's anybody stealing checks from the NFL, boy, Deshaun Watson.
Thank you. So he earning his money, y'all. He ain't stealing no money. He is earning that money. So he deserved to be the NFL. He is in the league for a reason. That's all I got to say.
And Christy, how you feeling about this? Are you excited?
You talking about for Feleipe?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Feleipe.
I got mixed because that's how I feel. I mean, I got mixed emotion because of how he was the last time he was here. However, if he changed, yeah. If there's an opportunity for him to be versatile, even as a third QB3 behind, I don't know, with QB2 or 3. I mean, he has that experience, and it goes back to who was that with the Falcons that sometimes Matt Ryan would switch out with?
Mohamed Sanu.
Sanu. I think that's sort of what they, and wasn't Raheem here at that time.
No, they were born a rubber then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him.
But I'm just saying, if you're looking for, somebody on special teams that's versatile, like Hyde.
He is versatile. He's versatile.
He's that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why I would look at it in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
And that
he could be that emergency quarterback, and he could be that tight. He gonna be the tight end because that boy can hit, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all that, and he can block. He gonna be that tight end. That's what he gonna be. But he gonna be on the special team.
Look at D. Coleman.
But get you one that offend you like Auntie fight. Yeah, Miss.
I'm defending her baby. Everybody being negative. Got negative. She late. The man did earn a job in the NFL. He didn't get cut like other people. He's still surviving.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Surviving.
I hear you, but like Make Way Sports says, most likely special teams. Now Feleipe ain't Sanu though. We didn't say he was the new.
He gonna be the blocking tight end, y'all.
You know,
we did lose a tight end. I'm gonna agree with Ryder. He gonna be the tight end also.
Right.
Hey,
Okay.
Feleipe Franks, Carlton Bank, Shopper Ranks, Lakers are fine.
You know what? I'm trying to
serious.
let me make sure I can share this to Instagram, TikTok, not TikTok.
Facebook, all of them.
Yeah, I don't think I got X on this tablet here. Anyway, I was trying to put it on.
I think
Just share it out.
Many people follow me on X, but I did share it on X, Instagram, and everywhere.
Okay, I didn't do it on X.
What's the lady? She used to be on Infinity Sports at like 4 a.m. Amy Lawrence. She called it Twix.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Amy Lawrence she ain't on the morning show no more. I think she left about a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, Amy Lawrence left about a month ago.
Wow.
I don't know if she retired or she just left Infinity Sports Network, but she left about a month ago. I listen to them every morning.
Feleipe Franks was brought in to Holds Back Laughter, give competition to pits.
Oh, okay. Y'all gonna laugh and y'all.
Hey, D. Cole, what is a Florida Civil War?
Okay.
Well, let's switch it up. We'll get back to that Kyle Pitts conversation in a minute, but let's go ahead and change the tune of this conversation a little bit, because we did have a press conference today. And a lot of folks, why are we making press conference for this old veteran and all this? Why are we making such a big deal about this edge? You know, what's going on? Why are we doing all this? You know, the Georgia boy. So I kind of want to know how you feel about that signing, folks. How you feeling? While y'all going in, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this is on X. Give me a moment.
Look, I like Leonard Floyd. I know he older. I think we should have got him back when he came out of the draft, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad my boy home, man.
Yeah.
He ain't. I mean, let's just pray to God he don't be like Ray Edwards was, like a product of the environment. But I think like a lot of guys that came from San Francisco, they actually legit threats. So. Having my boy Leonard Floyd at home, man. We need a little juice on that Paris. Need somebody to push on the educated for real.
Exactly.
He might. I mean, he coming around, but I hope he stays consistent with it.
Well, here's my opinion. Go ahead, Christy.
Well, I just think with a new DC too.
That's what I was gonna say.
What to do with it?
Good for developing linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how Deion Jones and Devondre Campbell was.
Right.
He's good at develop players, y'all. And I agree. Me being a Georgia Tech fan, I say it's a good move. It's a good move. It's a good move.
I gave her
a good move.
You admitted that?
But I got one particular Georgia Tech player that I hope Atlanta actually pick in the later round if we trade back and get some more picks. Or if not, if he end up being undrafted, they better pick him up. So he's my diamond in the rough. I got actually two players that's going to be a diamond in the rough, but I'll mention that later on when up to the draft.
And you know what? And just one little fact here is the Falcons really haven't had a double-digit sack producer since Vic Beasley.
Haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And his 15.5 in 2016, and that was the year we hit that run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
16 overall.
The only time we watch Georgia Tech is when Georgia's stomping the crap out of them.
No, last year now we gave y'all a batter in a triple overtime.
8 overtimes.
So don't even go there now. We gonna.
That's the only time I watch. That's the only time I watch Georgia Tech when we play y'all.
We had some good games.
Unfortunately, because of K Styles, I'm forced to watch them too. So
I'm so sorry.
That's my bro-in-law, y'all.
I got to go to that Colorado game. That the Georgia Tech, the first game, Georgia Tech in Colorado. I'm gonna try to go to that game.
That's how That's how I feel. You know how you feel. You don't. It's certain teams you don't want to watch. That's how I feel when I be at my brother's house watching Florida State. Sometimes I might have to watch Tennessee.
Hey, Nyght, Ryder.
Hey,
you know, Vic Beasley is playing. He was still playing in the UFL.
Yeah, he is.
He's still playing.
He's still playing.
Yeah.
Since
Him
we
and
having
I think Jai Gordon is too,
bring him
ain't
back.
he?
Look, since we having reunions, they can bring him back.
They
That's
could.
the case.
I mean, how old is Vic Beasley now, though?
I don't know, but
Same age as Grady, and it what Grady
That right, yeah. Vic and Grady came in the same year.
Same year. Because Vic was number 1 and Grady was in the 5th round.
Yeah.
So they have to be close to the same age.
Yeah, I remember Vic Beasley. My cousin went to damn Clemson with Vic Beasley. They both 32.
Okay. It said, I get it, bringing him home, etc. But I think we're making a bit too much fanfare here. Leonard is 32 now, is set to hit that regression stage. I think he might still get us maybe 5 to 6 sacks. And actually, he stated, speaking of, I put it right here. I think he wants to at least get 11.
I hope he gets 11.
Let me tell you what his Leonard Floyd signing it kind of like. You remember 2016 when we got Dwight Freeney?
Mm-hmm.
Same situation.
Same situation.
When we got Dwight Freeney.
Mm-hmm.
We might draft somebody like a Jalen Walker or Michael Williams or Mike Green. You know, somebody come out of the edge. Leonard Floyd.
They did visit Mike Green, didn't they?
I'm glad y'all said that. Look, I told you I'm on top of it today. They did visit Mike Green.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was doing my research today. Multiple projected first round defensive end.
I don't have my paperwork ready on draft night.
I'm telling you.
The person I agree with you on.
Print me 2 lists up. Print me a list too, Pam.
We're going to share it. We're going to share it.
We're going to be over here.
It's this fit right now.
We said we're going to have our microphone. We're going to be interviewing folks at the draft.
We're going to write down these names.
Yeah, we finna be in there. We're going to be pencil and pen. Here we go. Okay.
See, what day they doing the draft parties, though?
The 20
Thursday
the 26th.
Okay, I was about to say because I wanted to see. I wondered if they were gonna do the shit on Saturday too.
They're gonna do well. They're not gonna have it.
They don't have it at the stadium.
It's gonna be. We're gonna probably AFN gonna probably do a live broadcast or something like that.
You know, I got the war show on the 26th.
Oh, is it? Wait a minute. It's that Thursday. The draft start.
Yeah, the first round is on that Thursday,
and that's gonna be at the Benz, the draft party.
So I ain't gonna be there.
You ain't gonna be there. Oh, I was hoping you'll be there.
I said he's probably gonna have to work at least up until that to that. So
I gotta work. I work Monday through Friday. So
I got you.
And I do too, but I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna have my suitcase here.
I know.
How far you gotta drive?
Drive up to there, and we're gonna spend the night.
How far you gotta drive?
An hour.
I know you an hour.
Man, look, you already me. I'm a hop skipping right there, basically.
Try 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're an hour behind me. Yeah.
I'm about an hour and a half away from Columbus.
Dang.
And how you feeling about it, Christy? How you feeling about this signing?
About Mike Green?
Well, not Mike Green. Well, we're hoping. I mean,
we hoping. No, Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
Oh, about Floyd.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Okay. I just hope we come up in here and make some sacks. Somebody said, and speaking of, you know, in comparison to Vic Beasley, you know, somebody said he might get more sacks this year, but you know, he led Atlanta last season with 6 sacks. The team ranked 31st with 31 sacks and missed the playoffs after finishing with an 89 record.
He just need help, and I think he wasn't put into the right situation. And I think we need to get some big guys in there to kind of help him out a little bit.
But look at that. I'm again looking at our DC. That's why I can't.
Yeah.
Brick compared to what's his face? Jimmy Lake.
Yeah.
No, that ain't Jimmy Lake. That's Jimmy
Very
Cohen.
excited about that. He's ready.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what he's gonna do about these linebackers. I mean, I'm really honestly I'm excited about because there could be a lot of good, rushers and things we could pick up in the draft as well to kind of help along. And the fact that they are trying to focus on pass rush at this point, we ranked so terribly last year. So it's
we
did. Since Vic
and he may have some inputs on these free agents that they got at the Dollar General, y'all. He may have some input on who they want. I'm just saying, they depth pieces. They depth pieces. It's a Dollar General right now. Hey, I ain't mad at the Dollar General. Them Dollar General players could play.
I'm trying to think they got something to prove.
You might can't wash the T-shirt a couple of more times, but you can use them for 1 year. We can sign them. We can get a little something of value out of it for a little bit temporarily.
That's what I'm saying.
What's going on, LA Rams? That's right. Hit that like button. Go ahead and share and subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate you tuning in to us. Let me know how y'all feeling about this. And if we get the edge for the other side, who knows?
Hey, you want to know? Do you know what I'm excited about for the next season coming up?
What's that?
I want to see how Jeff Ulbrich gonna use K. Nellis.
Oh, he gonna use it right.
You
better see. He gonna use Troy Anderson right. Troy Anderson gonna be a beast, y'all. I don't care what nobody said. Y'all up there talking about injury-prone Troy Anderson and all that. Don't go down on my guy now. Because a healthy Troy Anderson is going to be a dangerous Troy Anderson.
I just want to see
what I'm going to say.
I want to see what we're going to do with Kate Nellis.
I'm curious to see how healthy Troy going to be. And if you get a healthy Troy Anderson, that Atlanta defense going to be deadly. That's all I got to say. And we're not talking about Braylon Trice. We ain't see what he could do.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of players that hadn't been used last year that could possibly be used this year.
What about the Great Gazoo?
Who the great? Oh God, I'm sorry. I he was supposed to be another Luke Kuechly. He was supposed to be another Luke Kuechly.
Hey, Magnus, know he had me dying when he said
Gazoo.
Jenny Bertrand looked like the Great Gazoo off the flips.
Wow.
Oh.
I got a little thing I want to put up here.
They said he's supposed to be mini Luke Kuechly.
That's a lot to ask for, boy. That is a tall order right there.
I know. But Kuechly got hurt too now. Hey, I mean
he was still lethal.
But I'm hoping Troy could be lethal. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, you can't compare Troy Anderson to Luke Kuechly.
No, I'm not. Troy's faster, but I'm just saying a healthy Troy Anderson is gonna be different outlook than injured Troy Anderson. I know he was hurt, but he has a chance to get healed and all that. But I think if he comes back, I think they really need to hire somebody in the training room because these players getting hurt and all that. They're not healing right, so to speak.
Troy Anderson can't stay healthy 3 years. I've seen enough. So
Troy Anderson, Derek Anderson, Paul Anderson.
I have not, y'all. Because the rookie season, he did have a block punt, and then last year he did have a block to run, and then he had an interception run into a touchdown. So you have not seen enough of him.
I got a couple of pictures to put up here, y'all, and then a banner. Let me see here. Wait a minute, real quick. We got Christy coming back. Come on, Miss Christy.
Come on, Christy.
Christy. Yeah. What you feel about Troy Anderson, ma'am? How do you feeling about him? Do you think
he got holding on to him?
Yeah, they're holding on to him.
I still think he may be an injury risk. Now that's just me.
I'm praying that he has a healthy season. I'm gonna pray for. I'm gonna pray for that man.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna pray for that man. That's all we could do. Pray.
Right. And again, if we had the money, I think everything would be different. For a lot of the choices that we're making right now, is
that's what I'm saying.
We have
Thanks a lot, Kurt.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Kurt.
I'm so mad that we're talking about this a whole nother new season later about contract situations again. I'm still just can't get over that. At this point.
Then the center is up in the air. We don't know if Ryan Newsom gonna come back to us, or I'm hoping we draft a center.
I think they did resign. No, I don't know if they did.
No, they had a tender on him, and it's the team come in and outbid us. He's gone.
I know that was all Storm Norton. We went and re-signed.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, we signed death pieces.
Give him some time. I think Troy can come back, and he has a solid skill set. Troy Anderson did.
Derek Anderson.
Not Ryder. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch the lanes a little bit.
Come on, y'all.
We're gonna talk about a little bit of this right here. Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, and Michael Vick over there with buddy. We're off the plane.
Michael.
The Michael. We like to be like Mikes over here. So how do y'all feel? Everybody been talking about how they've been sharing Kyle Pitts tweets on the on Atlanta Falcons organization. Oh, we got somebody in the back. Let's see who this is. Oh, Bree. Look at this. Oh,
Bree.
Welcome, Bree.
Welcome back.
Hey, y'all. Can you hear me good?
Yes, we can hear you.
There's no background noise.
We can hear your background, but we can hear you a little bit, but that's okay.
Okay. I'm trying to connect my earbuds and not connect to the car today.
Okay.
I'm just leaving it in. That's why you don't see my face. I'm in the dark.
Okay.
How's everyone?
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing better. Getting back, trying slowly but surely.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's good. Oh no, because you your back was hurting you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a back spasm. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's no joke. So you came in right on time, Ms. Ma'am. We already talked about Kirk Cousins. You can give your opinions about that. Then we're gonna lead into Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, and Michael Vick Bundin.
I don't have nothing to say about that meme. He just drama.
Okay.
He's not part of the team. He just filling the space at the moment. So yeah. But who are you asking about next?
Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, and Michael Vick over there bundling with Mr. Off the Plane.
Yeah, that's why I had to show y'all that video, because I can't remember who said it. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before last when I brought it up as a topic. I can't remember if it was Whitney. Someone said it. I can't remember. My apologies. But they were saying that they felt like the reason why Kyle was basically still on the roster is why he wasn't traded. Okay. That you felt like it was Penix that was going to be like a spokesperson for him. And after seeing that video, it is very evident. Okay, I'm sorry, Auntie Pam.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem.
But yeah, that video showing that they bonding, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I've been real critical of Kyle Pitts like this whole season.
A lot of people have.
One of the ones. I was like, man, get rid of this man right now. But after the whole Kirk Cousins thing went down, I got to started thinking, I'm like, maybe Kyle Pitts knew something that we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So now, America's the land of second chances. I'm gonna give Kyle Pitts a second chance. Maybe he got a quarterback that he feel confident with playing with. Maybe he won't give up on routes with him and Michael Penix.
Okay, but
you gotta look at it this. You gotta look at this. I'm sorry. You gotta look at this. He actually spoke out that he wanted Kyle Pitts on his team, and he also said that Cal got to work out his issue, and that he feel confident that he will do that. So that's all I'm gonna say on that matter.
You talking about Penix?
Yeah, Penix. Penix was he really said. right, but prior to the combine, all that, he said he feel confident in having Kyle Pitts on the team. So
but to the other one's defense, to Kirk's defense, Kirk spoke highly of Pitts at the beginning during training camp as well when he first got signed, because there was a whole thing about getting his number, trying to trade up to get his number, some kind of deal to work out. And but during training camp, Kirk spoke highly of Cal, that he was, I can't remember what the terminology he used or adjective to describe him. But he spoke. But I'm trying to figure out if he spoke so highly of him, during training camp, during preseason, what happened between the two of them during the year.
I think it was at the beginning of when he came to Atlanta that they both spoke highly of each other, Cal and Kurt. But somehow during the season it just got disconnect or somewhat. But getting back to Michael Penix, where everybody else was saying he ain't no good, we need to get rid of him and all that. Michael Penix see that's a big body and he can do something with him. And I think they're gonna end up going away to practice with each other and all that, So he's not gonna only practice with Kyle Pitts, but he's gonna practice with the other receivers so they can get on the court. and when that happened, watch out.
Yes, but I was surprised to not see Drake in that video, right. And I was surprised to see Jesse with them.
Well, Drake is probably busy with his model girlfriend and stuff like that. But believe me, when it comes time
model girlfriend,
the practice of a throwing field, he gonna be there. He gonna be there. You ain't gotta worry about it. He gonna be there.
And they was cracking jokes. I love the whole segment that they showed. That they was cracking jokes. It's looking like they just having a good time. And I just love that Michael Penix is just a competitive guy for one thing. Him and Michael Vick was over there like, I'm a better runner than you, but I loved it. I love the fact that
I love it.
We need that chemistry. We need that energy. I think they're gonna hold on to Pitts, So
they're trying to rebuild Pitt's likability to the fan base. Also, you got to look at it that way too.
And then I also, before you move to the next topic, like how they had the little snippet that I sent you all first before I sent you the 2-minute video of Penix, Vic, and Arthur Blank talking, and how it was cool to have 2 left-hand quarterbacks, and then that's when you were talking about how each other were complimenting each other's of their strengths and whatnot. So you'll definitely see a lot of Pitts at not Pitts. I apologize. Vic at training camp. I just hope we be back at the facility.
No, I don't think Vic gonna be at the training camp. He's a head coach right now.
Oh, I forgot.
How he gonna be at the camp? And he's got to do. He's a head coach.
Are you talking about Michael Vick?
Yeah, that's not going to even happen.
Yeah, Norfolk State.
Yeah, he's not going to be there.
Speaking Pete said maybe Cal should change his name to Michael. Maybe he'll play better.
I'm hoping so.
Vic is in his own era.
Wow.
If this don't motivate Kyle to damn be better, then he's just a lost cause.
Oh no, he gone with that 5th year
like that. And sitting with the owner and doing all that kumbaya type BS,
I got a question, y'all. Why do you think Michael Penix did well under Matt Ryan compared to all these other quarterbacks? What is the difference? I mean, not counting Michael Penix. I'm a bring the similarity to Michael Penix and Matt Ryan in the back end, but the quarterbacks that after Matt Ryan, why they didn't succeed with Kyle Pitts, and Matt Ryan had a successful year with
they didn't have the accuracy.
No, it's another thing.
And the injury too.
No, it's another thing. I'm gonna tell you. Well, Matt Ryan ain't gonna take no crap on anybody messing up on his offense.
Oh yeah,
he is a perfectionist. He is not going to take no crap. So that's the difference.
And I'm gonna say this: what Stephen B said, Pitts has played with 6 quarterbacks in 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to do the count. Ryan.
But he gotta have but I think for him to succeed, he gotta have that veteran quarterback to get in on his behind to say what he's doing wrong. Yeah. And I think Matt Ryan was doing that.
Yeah. Basically, it's 5 quarterbacks: Matt Ryan, Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ritter, Michael Penix Jr., Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Mariota was buddy with him. Ritter couldn't even do what Matt Ryan was doing. Matt Ryan got in your behind if you didn't do right. That's what I'm saying.
Did you get what's the other guy? He got traded. That was a backup. Did you name him? Yeah, Taylor.
Taylor.
I forgot about Taylor Heineken.
They don't count.
Taylor was the same as Ritter. He didn't know Matt Ryan, but he didn't get into Kyle Pitts behind.
No, but y'all said 6. Y'all said 6. I was just counting him as a 7th one.
Well, technically, yes.
This is how I feel about Taylor Heineken right here.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis. And no.
It says Kurt ain't Big Mike from the wood either. I just want Cal to attack the ball this year. Watch Penix at Washington. He had his guys or skilled guys been out in the desert working. So I believe we could see something good this year. Penix, Kyle, and Drake are all working out together right now. Thank you, Southside Ricky.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's hard because everyone thought he was this specimen, which he is, but even at 6'6", 245 pounds and a 4.48 40, you need consistency, and Kyle hasn't had it. And that's why it's just been, it was 6 quarterbacks in 4 years, one team.
My bad.
That's why Michael Penn said it's up to Cal to do what he need to do. And I think he's going to actually do it.
Well, this is his last chance.
Yeah. He ain't got no other choice.
He really don't got no other choice. He really
don't get it done this year.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to holler at you. Go on, Clyde.
Bye-bye.
I feel he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. I feel
the quarterbacks were garbage. Make Way Sports. Shout out to Make Way again. Y'all go on over to their channel and give them a subscribe and tune in. You know, go back and watch the episode. Yes. Arm talent and decision making. And you, like you said, Miss Pam, Matt Ryan held him accountable. None other than the ones who did.
Yeah.
Ryan was a leader.
Nobody held him accountable on what he did. So, and I don't know if the coaches actually held him accountable, but I'm talking about the quarterback. You're the person who's throwing you the ball. I mean, they're not even getting in his behind.
Make Way, who they, new day.
Lakers and 5. Bennett's gonna have the league on alert like Vic did his first full year as a starter, but in a different way. Matt and Mike both got great ball placement, and Matt was a dog. That's a Philly boy at heart. Okay. Money time for Cal, sink or swim. We all agree to that. Pitts will have 8 touchdowns this. Okay, Make Way Sports. That's
all right. Now we'll see.
That's a hot take. Okay. We're gonna come back for you at the end of the season. We're gonna count it up. We're gonna say.
But I'm expecting Rob Bijan getting in the touchdown action also.
So how are they gonna play him, as a tight end or otherwise? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where a lot of fans, get.
Well, they got somebody that's gonna spruce up the tight end crew. So
of course.
Yeah, no. If y'all looking for anyone to get on Pitt's ass this year, I think Drake gonna be the one. That boy is a leader and a winner. Southside Ricky.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. I got another question for you, and this is gonna be for the fans.
Okay.
As well, because we really don't got a lot to talk about right now because Mr. Kirk Cousins holding out, and we've been a little quiet in the free agency after re-signing some of our own players again. So
y'all gonna have some kind of explosion at the draft.
So
I think he gonna raid that no trade clause. You heard it from me.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna have no choice.
So my next question for the fans and everybody else, Who should be nominated next into the Ring of Honor? And who I said owner. I spell honor as owner. You know what I meant. Let me change that up. With somebody screenshot that and say Maggie can't spell.
I ain't gonna even call him Kirk Cousins no more. I'm just gonna call him Daniel.
So who's your favorite player, all-time Falcon? That's my first question. And then who you think is gonna be next inducted into the Ring of Honor?
Who you want to go first?
Of all time. I mean, you know, however long you've been a Falcon fan, it don't matter. Pam, you know, since you are our veteran player here.
Okay, I think Dan Reeves should be inducted in the Falcons Ring of Honor.
I think so too.
I think this was he came in and he actually got us to our first Super Bowl, you know, and you had former players to tell how that team was and the coach made the difference in how they, you know, perform and all that, except from what that Eugene Robinson incident. We're not even gonna talk about
Mr. 110th Street.
Yeah, but I think if he hadn't have done what he done, I think the Falcons would have won their first Super Bowl under Dan Reeves. So,
and honestly, I agree with you there, Pam, because like we've had the likes of Chuck Smith. We had Terrence Mathis. We had Keenan Forney and Chris Draft.
I'm trying to think who. What's the other? Lester Archambault.
We had. I interviewed them our first year. We're actually going on 5 years at Atlanta Falcons.
Ray Buchanan was on that team.
And so I just when I interviewed them,
Dwight. What that running the
Tim Dwight.
What was his name?
Tim Dwight.
Yeah.
But I was saying that everybody just kind of said the same exact thing about Dan Reeves. It was just like, you know, of course we got our coaches that like to be slicksters and crack jokes and be the best friend of them and all this. But no, they said when Dan Reeves entered into that locker room, the respect factor was a whole different thing. You need to sit down, listen to him. There was veterans, like basically they had a whole gang of like a whole process before you even can get to Dan Reeves. You had to go through the captain before you can get to Dan Reeves.
Oh, y'all got to think.
They had to straighten up and slide around Dan Reeves.
He's a future Hall of Fame also.
Dan Reeves played for one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Tom Landry.
He did.
I think Dan Reeves, he knew the ropes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to Americus, Georgia, man. That's Dan Reeves' hometown, y'all.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, okay. Dan Reeves from Americus.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we all right, so we got Dan Reeves. I agree with that one. I definitely agree with that one. Mr. Nyght, I see you got your jersey on. Who is your favorite all time? And also who you think should be in the Ring of Honor?
He's already in there.
I know. That's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah, it's two different questions.
Okay.
But I'm looking through the Ring of Honor right now to see who all in there. I see Tommy Nose, I see Bart, I see Jesse, I see
Claude
Humphrey, Jeff and No, Prime, Ryder, Jerry, Ward Dunn, Matt Ryan, Arthur Blaine,
Todd McClure, yeah.
Keith Brookin.
Ooh.
Keith Brookin.
Keith Brookin was the one that was doing all this, right? He was the one on the field doing that to the fans. Or what player was that? There had to be Keith Brookin.
Probably was. Keith Brookin. I think Keith Brookin should have been in there.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite players on that defense. Keith Brookin and Patrick Kearney.
Okay. I like Keith Brookin. The only shot I had with Reeves was
nominee Scott Case. That was a dude, man.
I didn't really see much of Scott Case.
I did. That boy can hit. Boy, he can hit. He did. I mean, I agree with you on that.
And said, make way sports about Dan Reeves. The only issue I had with Reeves was the fact that he prepared for the Super Bowl like a regular season game.
Yeah, well,
see,
he won the Super Bowl with Denver, you know.
No, he didn't. He lost all the head with Denver. Mike Shanahan got the one with Denver.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna get to the fans' responses in a moment. But Miss Christie, do you have a favorite Falcon of all time? And who do you think needs to be in the Ring of Honor?
Ryder is already in there, and he actually did an interview today with the water boy today. So and I actually came in. I became a Falcon fan after being a Bills fan since I was 9 under Vic. So those two were my top. I can't think of anybody offhand because Matt Ryan would have been, you know.
Todd McClure is in. He's in.
So I don't. Sky's the limit to me after Matt Ryan made it in.
Maybe I didn't feel about Matt Ryan making it. Matt Ryan making it in.
He already made it in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe. I mean, if Julio changed his stripes,
he got a long road, Chris.
I know.
Long road. He needs Jesus for that.
But when he played, when he did play, you know.
Yeah, he
did.
The
man. So
he gonna be in the Hall of Fame, but he won't be in the Atlanta Ring of Honor because he got a lot.
Not no time soon. He ain't.
No time soon. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'll clap for him for the Hall of Fame part. But the Atlanta Ring of Honor, he's gonna need Jesus to get him back in.
Yeah,
that's why I said
yeah, you can't deny the man and his skill set now, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of who was another good Falcons player that could possibly make it to the Ring of Honor. I said Todd McClure.
John Abraham is another one also.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to the fans.
Michael Turner, big time.
Right.
And I got somebody else too. Miss Bree, you got some on that? Who's your favorite player, as well as who you think will make the Ring of Honor next?
Y'all just made a whole big controversy of Julio. Julio's besides other players that are currently in, you know, I don't appreciate how he left. But he changed the game of football for my generation. So as far as wide receiver, so that would have been my first person. And then I felt like after, when Vic left or whatever, he just changed, I guess you could say, the decade of Falcon football. And as far as fans, turning out and supporting, like, it just was more exciting for my generation. So that would have.
Yeah, let's say Vic would probably
that would have been my person.
Still making in before Julio.
Okay.
You said who? To the fans.
D. Coleman. Okay.
Thomas, thank you.
No, Thomas, thank you.
Oh. I'm gonna say this. I didn't put it as a comment. I'm gonna save it for a moment, but let's go ahead and get into some of the fans, what they're saying as far as who's gonna get in there. But I have something that Coach had put in the chat. I don't think some people seen it, but it's definitely a good question though. Because they definitely are former Falcons players. Let's see here. Somebody said Michael Vick.
Yeah. William, I think Vick will get in.
William Andrews, and then
he's already in.
He's already in.
He's already in.
Well, he answered the first part of the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite. That's right.
Okay.
We got Michael Vick and Abraham should be the next ones. I agree. John Abraham, no question. Okay. It says I love Julio, but Tony G was my guy.
Well,
he was a Hall of Famer who came here.
His loyalty with the Chiefs, man.
So. Yeah.
Well, he's in the Falcons Ring of Honor, isn't he?
He might
is
be.
What about Tony?
I thought Tony was in already. No,
I did. I scanned.
I
thought
Tony, he in the Ring of Honor for the Chiefs.
You know, he's not for the Falcons, so that would be my other person.
Okay.
And then he never missed a game either.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Speaking piece said Michael Vick literally made the Georgia Dome relevant. My pop despised Ray Buchanan, but I was too young to understand why though.
Big play
Ray.
Big play that Ray.
Vic make the bowl. Okay, you said it already. He said without winning.
What about I see somebody got a LG Crumpler.
LG Crumpler. What about Scott Case? I rest my case.
Scott Case, yeah.
I think
Jesse Tugger's already in there.
Which is about impact to change the culture where he was. He should be in just by that, not always about winning. Yeah, I think it's the impact they made. I think the Ring of Honor holds a different type of.
It does.
So it's a possibility. Reed was a hell of a coach. We saw that. Matt got in immediately. Turner the burner. That's right.
Yeah, big time
was decent. Like she said, he's gonna have to really be praying and kissing behind to get in there.
Yeah, he need a 4-page ad, like I said.
D. Coleman, no.
He did some fan base out real bad.
How y'all feel about Harry Douglas?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Ring of Honor.
How y'all feel about Harry Douglas? He's a big asset, big time asset.
Not before some of these other folks, though.
No,
not for him. I'm just saying, how would y'all feel if he got in there?
I mean, sorry, Crumpler. Andrews is my favorite. Make ways. Okay, thank you for.
Thank you.
Fulton.
Oh, Chris Jones.
I think he's in there.
Jesse Tuggle. Mucha Grande.
I see we got a Willie Moe vote.
Okay, Willie Moe. Oh, yeah. Mike Turner. So Justin Blaylock, speak your piece.
He played on line, offensive line.
Gary Anderson won a ton of game for us with that leg.
I'm trying to think of somebody else on that line with Tar McClure. Tyson Claiborne.
How about Chuck Smith?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Nobody said no Chuck.
I don't know how Chuck feel about the front office brass because of how he got treated when Dan Quinn was there.
Yeah,
it could be different.
But he gonna get in before Julio.
Yep.
The soul. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So my next D'Angelo Hall.
Hell no.
Keith Brooking. We said Keith Brooking.
Yeah.
Tyson Claiborne was a beast. I forget him.
Tyson Claiborne, he was a beast.
There was a video that Asante Samuels. I don't know if I've seen it, but it was.
I seen it.
I saw it.
He went in on Shannon Sharp, basically saying that
he did.
That he don't agree that somebody is coming in. Let me see. Christy again. I didn't realize you was gone, Christy.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't agree with Shannon Sharp saying that, Mr. Primetime is the greatest in that position. He was like, how are you gonna say that? Just give him the overall greatest of all time in that position. And he went in. He put up I wish I had the stats side by side. Let me see if I can try to find it. But what do y'all think? You think he has some type of he can say that, or do y'all think that Asante Samuel need to sit his ass on down?
Aren't they friends though? Sanders and
Shannon Sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, they friends. They close.
That's why he went at Shannon.
I got so much to say about that right there. First of all, you don't dare go at a hall. Did you see how he went and brought that Hall of Fame bust and sat it right there on that table? That number one, that lets you know meant business. This is a Hall of Famer you talking to.
But is also biased because he was at all those Colorado games. He was showing up and talking about Sanders all the time. If you're gonna do something like that, then don't be biased about it.
I mean, he also played against Deion too.
Yeah, did he play against Asante? No, he didn't play against him, did he?
Yeah, nope.
Somebody said stay off the weed, Asante. He said it's actually pretty damn close. I'll still take Prime though. Sammy needs to be quiet.
Take Prime. Asante Samuel was a good corner.
He was.
He didn't take away a whole side of the field like Prime
did. The special team.
Let me see if I can find their stats. So, because somebody posted it on his, as a matter of fact. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah. He took away a whole side of the field. They didn't.
I ain't taking up for him. I'm just saying the way that Sharp bought it up. You know.
Yeah.
You friends with him, so.
But the fact is, Asante Samuel is not. You gotta think. You going at a Hall of Famer. Asante Samuel was not a Hall of Famer. He was good.
Get that man.
He good now.
He good. He was good. But he is not Hall of Fame caliber.
He just wanted them 5 minutes. He just wanted the 5 minutes.
Yeah, he got them 5 minutes. Unc gave him 5 minutes and some more.
Yo, Craig.
I found it, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put it up here. Let me get this off the screen real quick.
You can't just go with that man like that, though. You got to know how to pick your battle, dog.
Anybody and something resume.
Okay, I got the picture. If we put it up here now.
Okay.
So y'all can kind of see Jerome. Get your comment off of here so we can But I just saw that. I was like, yeah, let me ask y'all about this and see how y'all feel about it. Let me get his back here and take his banner off. I got so much going on here. Lord, I need a secretary or something.
Well, you need a personal assistant.
I do. My God. Okay. So here's the stats here, so y'all can kind of compare and contrast. I hope y'all can see that pretty good.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And that's what he he put up. Well, somebody had posted right there. So both of their overall stats here.
Mm-hmm. If you think about it, you want me to tell you why Prime interception damn numbers are down compared to his? His solo down compared to his, free rushes down compared to his. Because whatever side of the field Deion Sanders was on, they were not going to that side.
Yeah.
For you to have that much to be over there, they still trying you. Mm-hmm. They still don't respect you. Mm-hmm. They respect Prime. Boy, look here. Yeah, boy, let me tell you something. Yes, sir, they say you ain't that good. Yeah, they still trying you, boy.
It says Samuel. Okay, let me go back to some of the comments. Needs to be quiet. Plus, center play both ways in special teams. End of story. Stephen B said Stephen B career yards from scrimmage. Warwick Dunn 15K. Derrick Henry 13K. Speaking, it's levels to this.
It is levels to that.
Make way sports. I mean, my thing is, it's Deion, man. It's prime time. There's no argument with this situation.
Hold on. Take that comment down real quick. Look at the bottom line of the shit.
Right.
Hall of Fame. One championship, one Pro Bowl, one All.
And another thing, Deion played 2 sports.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what made him good. He also played baseball. Just like Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson.
And, don't forget about BJ, Brian Jordan.
Brian Jordan, yeah. So he was a 2 sports athlete. That's what made him so great.
And Samuel was great, but prime time is the best. If you add in the punt and kickoff returns, prime is the greatest.
Yeah, he was good
What's that?
It reminds me of that barbershop scene and Come to America. Now I don't get with it. Sunday Samuel good, but compared to Deion Sanders, Asante Samuel ain't shit.
They did argue about that, didn't they? I gotta go back to see that. They did argue about that. Wow.
It's Dion, but I'm not mad at Asante for feeling like that. Asante said he liked his 2006, 2011 over anybody, and Asante resume is resumeing, but it's still Prime. I mean, you know, I get his argument.
Prime did.
Yeah.
When Prime stepped on the field, whatever side of the field you was on, you knew that quarterback was not going on that side of the field at all.
And he also brought the tomahawk to the Braves, y'all. He brought the tomahawk to the Braves also.
And D. Coleman said, I don't know, Asante should be Hall of Fame. That's what he's saying. That's it.
He should.
I mean,
he should be.
I'm on the fence about it, but for you to compare yourself to Prime, dog, it ain't even close.
See, nobody thought about Samuels until he said something. So that's why I said,
that's why he said it. That's why he said it, y'all.
And that's why he said it. So he got his 5 minutes.
And we about to we're gonna wrap it up. Ms. Bree, you want to go ahead and give your last thoughts? I know you're getting ready to raise up out of here. And I know we also have Ty, let's talk about it. He's actually got to start in about a couple of minutes. Following us, so I just wanted to get in this conversation. But Ms. Bree, go ahead and close it out for us.
Yeah, I have a thought because it needs questions that needs answers. Why did we sign back Feleipe Franks?
And we talked about that earlier. I think he's gonna be.
I missed it because I'm so.
Go
back and look at it. Go back and look at it because I did a whole spiel on that.
It's gonna be special team. And Miss Pam is rooting for him to be tight end.
Okay, I'll go back and watch. That's all. That's my last thought. That's a thought.
What you think about it, Miss? Since you brought it up, how do you feel about?
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Yeah,
that's why
I'll make it make sense.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch.
Okay.
Disillude and abuse.
Like it's about.
That's all I can think of.
Okay.
I sent y'all with the cow video. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Teach your brain now. I'm tired.
Thank you. Go ahead and get your rest. I know you got to deal with them children tomorrow.
Yeah. And praying for healing and strength, Bree.
Oh yeah.
I know we're going to get therapy with my neck and shoulder, so I'll be praying.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try to catch y'all next week.
Okay. We appreciate you at least trying to get on today. We appreciate you. And you get you some rest. And Will said, that's it. You're a great corner, but you're not shutting down half the field. Mucho Grande said Prime was a better athlete, no doubt, and hell of a corner, but was he better than Samuel at the But y'all gotta think about it as well.
Yeah, Prime was.
But just thinking about it as well, you gotta also look at when Prime was in playing his position compared to when Asante Samuels was in there. It's two differences. It's two differences. I don't see it. It's Prime for me.
Prime still took away a whole side of the field.
He picks it off Manny in the Super Bowl instead of Samuels dropping a game clutching pick. Shots fired.
Oh boy, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta get the music for this one.
I'm saying, bro, you might want to sit this one on out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and clock out.
Brother, this guy stinks.
But you know what? I might get in his DM and be like, hey, why won't you come on over here and talk about it?
That'd be interesting.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
He locked down half the field. Could Asante do that?
No.
Prime time brought the tomahawk chop to the Braves. What particular year is this covering? What particular year? I think he was just saying overall. No, he said starting with his. I think he said 2006. Did he say that starting then?
Prime wasn't even playing in 2006.
No, come on, his career. His career.
Did he cut off a whole side of the field?
No.
All right, then.
We're talking about all of these around the other guy. It takes Champ Bailey over. I'll take Champ Bailey over Samuel.
I sure hell take Champ Bailey over Sunday Samuel.
That's what Georgia Bulldog, y'all. Of course, y'all gonna take him over there.
I'm taking Revis Champ and Woodson over Sunday. It's why you don't try Ray Lewis.
Oh.
I mean, it's some guys you just don't touch, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them you just, especially coming in hot like you are. You can come in and say, you know what, but I feel like I'm competitive in that. But don't just, you went in, you know. He was a beast in his own right, though.
What he did.
In his own right, but it wasn't
people
in the
gonna
right.
look at his record for the Hall of Fame now.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying shout out to all the ladies? Is that what you're trying to say, Timothy Davidson? Laxie. The Laxie. Samuel is not Prime, of course. Of course. Psycho. I knew it. I already knew it. Shout out to all the ladies. I just wanted to poke fun at you. Rise up, nation. Dirty birds all over the world. Rise up. Woo! Dick Nyght, Train Lane. Okay, I despise Deion Sanders only because he was a. Okay, I was like, where you going with this one? I'm a Hurricane plain and simple. And Proven said it's arguable. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Prime was better. Okay. 10 picks. Who does that? Just saying. He gave the team the ball back.
He might have had 10 picks, but shit. Prime cut off a whole side of the field, man. They weren't throwing over there.
Let's see.
10 times. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it was his 06. Yeah, he said it. Yeah, start from 06. It was like, from to 11. Okay, thank you to everybody. Something led the league in picks twice, deflections twice, and got a ring. That's tough. It's Prime though. So I'm not saying he's not too far-fetched, but
Prime also went to 2 teams back to back and changed their whole damn franchise.
Because Atlanta wouldn't pay him. That's why he left.
Exactly.
You're welcome. Thank you, Timothy.
Thanks a lot, Rankin Smith.
We're gonna go ahead and give it on out to let's talk sports. It's following on Atlanta Falcons Nation. Let's go ahead and wrap this on up. I appreciate everybody that's kind of just been tuning in to us and everything. We appreciate you. Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap this on up. And anything else we want to talk about? If y'all want us to talk about some things while we're still kind of waiting on Kirk Cousins to figure out what he's gonna do, and we make some draft decisions and things like that that's coming up. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about. Like, leave comments on this video and let us know, some questions y'all want to ask. Some questions, anything. We can answer some of your questions, because I know we can't get to everything during the show. I'm imagining having them both. What's up, Lady Bird? Engine number 9. What's going on, man? What's going on? So with that, though, let's go ahead and start off with Mr. Nyght, Ryder. Go ahead and let everybody know what's going on this weekend.
My last point is, Asante Samuel, you will never be Prime. Don't you ever put yourself in that position. Thank you very much. But this weekend, y'all, Sunday night, Trap Museum, King of Beats, 107.9 producer competition. I will be live in the building. Y'all make sure y'all pull up. I'm still waiting on the email to let everybody know what time it is. So if you're in the city, y'all pull up on me, man. I think it's a free event. So, man, y'all come pull up.
I'm gonna be at that last event because it's the draft week. So I'll definitely make appearance to that.
Oh yeah. So it's this Sunday coming up. So yeah, we got that coming up. Also, 4-day weekend, April 5th. I will also be in the building for that right there, because that right there, that event is gonna be a special event for me. This is gonna be the first time that the Showstoppers to perform together in over 15 years. Everybody remember what Rico back in the day. Man, look, When I tell y'all that was a magic time in my life, that was one of the best times I had in life, period. And I was there with those guys through their whole journey with that. And for them to get invited to 4-4 Day and perform at the underground for that, it just means so much though, man. So I got 2 weekends back to back. I'm gonna be in the city, man. So y'all see the street.
Well, you're gonna have to Nyght Ryder, you're gonna have to let me know what time because my baby's going to the prom. And we're supposed to be getting together earlier in that day to pick out some stuff for her. So I'm trying to get there. Trying to catch you too. It's like I'm trying to take care of baby girl because she don't got asked to the prom now. Somebody done bought her prom ticket, done got her stuff. I'm like, who is this fella?
Okay. Look, we went through that same phase.
She didn't do like my daughter, waited to the last minute. So, I want to go to the prom. She was the third wheel.
She almost did because she was talking about she wasn't going because she's a junior. She was like, I ain't going to my junior year.
The friend did not want her daughter to go with this guy, so she ended up being the third person in the car with the guy.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
So I had to go buy a dress at the last minute.
Yeah, so that's what we doing. We gotta buy a dress. It's an Arabian Night theme and all that. So it's gonna be cute. So oh Lord, I'm in that era with little boys looking at my baby and trying to take it out. Dillard. Okay. Some officer said David's Bridal too might have some discounted dresses too.
And like I told my mom,
Dillard's.
Like I told my dog Player. Player got all girls. Shout out to Player the Mayor, man. Player, what's up, dog? I told Player, boy, you better get this shotgun, boy. You better get this shotgun.
Rico was the shit.
Damn sure, boy, for real. I'm gonna be on stage with him too, I think.
All right. And so he is top 8 in the contest Sunday. You didn't mention that. He's a top 8 producer of his beats.
Yeah. So that's what we doing. Oh yeah. King of beats, hot eats, cool treats.
Lakers and 5. Miss Christie, let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can give it back to let's talk about it.
Later.
Who's going to start? Thank you. Who's starting probably already now. Y'all follow him after we end here. Go ahead, Miss Christie.
It's our second exciting off season. So, but I'm sort of ready for the draft to be over with. But shout out to all the first responders in these emergencies. A week ago, this weekend, we've had a second barrage of storms to hit through southern states like Mississippi, where we lost, I think, 9 people here, and we responded immediately after the storm last weekend. And just to be mindful, make sure you have an emergency plan. There's all kind of information online, but take pictures of your insurance, keep some cash money, because in certain situations, things and stuff don't work. And we know that every southern state, I mean, even states across the country, but every southern state, the Gulf has been hot this entire winter. That is weird to me because a lot of our storms erupted out of the Gulf. So it's going to be I wouldn't say interesting, but I think just be mindful going forward and just check to see what your resources are.
That's right. Prayers up. And there's still some cities that's still recovering from the storms before then, Right. South Georgia got hit pretty bad at some point in certain areas as well. So, like she said, have an escape plan, a backup plan, even with the economy, get your ducks in a row, people. Plant your garden. Do it all. So on that note, let me go ahead and wrap this on up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to continue to have this red and black event. I'm almost to the point where I don't know yet. We're gonna see. I'm trying to keep the momentum of doing it, but it might be a point where we may have to postpone it. I'm gonna let y'all know, only because the energy is a little different this season, and I just don't want to just let you down. I'd rather do it when I can have my team back on the same accords of things and everything else. So I'll let y'all know if it changes. I really do want to do it. But if we're not doing that, I do want to do a throwback 80s and 90s party for my 40th before I go on my trip.
Ooh.
But right now, the Red and Black event is still going, but I'm going to let y'all know way ahead of the time if I decide to maybe, we can still do something, but maybe not a grand party at this point. I'm going to let y'all know about it. So that's just me. That's just my, the entrepreneur in me. I just don't want to do nothing half-ass. You get what I'm saying? So on that note, people, appreciate you guys. I love you guys for tuning in to us each and every week. We'll probably be back next week. Hopefully some shenanigans happen again. Maybe some I'll talk again. We'll have something to talk about. Outside of that, if you want to join us as a guest, you don't have to be a podcast. Hit me up at Maggietproductions at Gmail. Sponsors, hit me up. People that just want to help out, hit me up. Seriously. You want to produce, you want to advertise your business, hit me up. Okay. So the next time, this is your girl, Ms Maggie T. We are the Lady Birds. We out, people. I'm sorry. That's right, Miss. That's right. Before we let go, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and give a little. Let Miss Pam go ahead and say this real quick.
Lost a real good friend of mine who is a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. I want to send my deepest condolences to the Michelle Williams family. Most of y'all should know her. She was at most of the Falcons game, and she was better known as Julio's wife. But a sweet person. So my deepest condolences to the Michelle Williams family.
I'm glad. I was like, okay, I know. I'm glad you mentioned it.
She passed away Saturday. Succumbed to the breast cancer.
Yeah, and we wanted just to kind of have a little serious moment here. If you guys are already tuned in, put some Red and Black in there. Your thoughts and prayers to the family. But we got to take our health very seriously. Yeah. If you got cancer running in your family, breast cancer, men too now. Y'all need to start doing these self-checks and things like that. Get in that shower and feel around, lift your arms up, and just look for things, because the things that they're putting in is food. These people that smoke and do all this, you need to, older you're getting, the more serious you need to be about your mammograms.
Yes.
Colons and your ovaries and all that. You need to get everything checked for cancer, because early detection is better. But even when you sometimes detect it early, if your body is not trying to fight it and things like that, sometimes, unfortunately she succumbed to her the cancer in her, so this is a lesson to you guys, because she looked like she was still young. There's actually two Falcons fans currently, Leanne, and her name is, the other one is Martha. I'm not, I can't think of what their Falcons names are, but they are also Falcons fans fighting cancer. Actually, Leanne, I think is in remission now, so she's doing okay. But Martha, she beat it and it came back, and her mother had it.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, and prayers to everybody that's battling cancer at this moment. Take it seriously, people. All right, get your help. I don't care. Get your checkups, men. Don't go in there because you about to die. No, you need to go when you're healthy and get your annual checkup. A lot of people don't know. I work in health insurance. It's free. Your annual is free. If you don't do anything else that year, get your physical, okay? Even if you think it's nothing, get it checked. Stay strong. Absolutely.
Definitely get it checked. My mom had a stage 4 ovarian cancer in her 80s, and she fought 2 years for that and was succumbed to that. And so I encourage my girls to go ahead and get their pap smear done and get their breast. If you have a history of cancer in the breast in your family, get it checked. It's important because a lot of good people are just going away, you know.
All right. So on that note, I hope everybody took some notes of that. You know, we get a little serious here, and I'll actually be bringing my show back soon. I was going to do a April launch. I'm gonna let y'all know about that. We're going to be talking a lot more about this health, mental health, you know, all of that, just to educate everybody outside of football. But let's go ahead and say good night. Give you guys your evening back. Refresh this and come right back to Atlanta Falcons Nation and tune in to Ty Kill for Let's Talk About It. Good night, people. Eat.
Good night.
Good night.